Right.
But she don't, she doesn't do, money is a lot to some people. They're just like, they don't care as long as they got the money up front to get in the house and pay $1,600 a month, and that's all they care about. Meanwhile, they're freaking terrorists. You're a real terrorist. What can I say? You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what it is. But how do these people come in this country and they get everything handed to them? How does that happen? It makes no sense.
I don't know. This is my whole thing on like immigration. This is my whole thing on it. Like my father was in the Marines, and my grandfather was in the Air Force. My mother was in the military. My uncles were in the military. I got nephews in the military, and I've never seen any of these people that in my family that were in the service get any kind of real business loan for like 100,000 or 50,000. I've never seen anybody get any real money back from the like get anything, like the Muslims and the Arabs get that come from the Middle East. Like people come from India and Iran, and they get all kinds of loans to start businesses. Why can't people who live here their whole life get loans like that?
Right. That's what we were talking about.
Like people, right? Like every liquor store is owned by somebody, from India or from Pakistan or something.
It's like our country was sold out from under us, and the people are not aware.
Right. Like little Italy. There's practically no such thing as Little Italy anymore.
Really?
Yeah, in New York, it's like compared to what it used to be. Like Little Italy used to be huge, and now it's like 4 or 5 stores.
Wow, that's crazy.
There was this woman, there's an Italian woman who lives over by Little Italy, and she was telling me, she was saying people come all the way to New York City wanting to see Little Italy, and she was just saying now it's like 4 or 5 stores or something. It's not nothing. It's not what they like 50. She was saying like 50 years ago there was still a pretty large size in Little Italy, but she was saying now it's not it shouldn't even really be a tourist attraction anymore. And that's what they've been doing everywhere, like regentrification. Like if you go to Harlem, like it used to be like old, like in Harlem it used to be like those old black people stores and stuff that they, like old like mom and pop stores and the blues and the jazz. Now it's like the same. Now it's all Starbucks and Burger King. Like it's the same thing there. Like there is no more like old Harlem like they used to have. You know what I'm saying? Like right, like a lot of black people go to Harlem and they hear about how Malcolm X used to be there, and they think that they're gonna go there and there ain't gonna be nothing there but a Starbucks.
Wow.
It's like that all over. Like Chinatown, like you still you still got a Chinatown.
Yeah.
You still got a Chinatown.
Go ahead.
You still got a Chinatown, and that's about it.
Wow.
You got a Chinatown, and you got Mexican neighborhoods and stuff, but that's about it.
Yeah. It's really bad.
Right.
And I was talking to Robin before, and he's like, I made the mistake of giving my kids all my money, and I let them, talk me into giving them all my money, and I made my mistake doing that. And at the end of the day, they can give a shit less. It's really not cool. But I can't hold it against them. I have to forgive them. They don't know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? They're too young to really understand what they've done or what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's all I can say. I should have worried more about myself. and worrying about them, giving to them. And, when you're a single mom, you try to do all that. And I don't know if you subconsciously feel guilty, but, single moms aren't really capable of buying their kid a $10,000 motorcycle. You know what I'm saying? And supporting them in their 30s, you know what I mean? It's not cool to do that. It's just not cool to do that. Everybody's got to figure out how to contribute. And that's the way it should be, and the way it should be, And with this shit going on, it's ruining everybody's lives. Like, now everything is all messed up. Like a lot of people in the middle of their life have to go back and move in with their parents because of the shit that's going on. Especially Target. And so it's all messed up, you know what I mean? It's just really messed up. So me, myself, personally, it's time I worry about myself. I got no more to give. I can't work and go buy that shit no more. And now they just come and take your shit. These people come in your apartment and take your shit. That's way too much missing stuff. Way too much missing stuff.
I don't like why do these people, why is there people out there that feel they have the right to spy on people and follow people? I wish I could take a liquor. I wish I could be in a room with one of these people that sat there and explained to me they did all this to me. I'd take a bottle and smash it across their face as hard as I could. If somebody sat there and told me, yeah, we let these people follow you and we let these people destroy your life, I'd take a bottle and smash it through I wouldn't hit them in the face with it. I'd smash the bottle through their face. It'd be like a horror. Friday the 13th. Yeah, I'd say, oh, you had the authority to do that to me? Well, look at how much authority I got. And I'd take a bottle of Hennessy and just smash it through their face.
It's disgusting, isn't it? I mean...
Yeah, you got the authority to follow people around. Well, I got the authority to take this bottle and smash it through your fucking face.
Well, it's like pre-World War II, the way we think about it. And they did the same shit. They did the same stuff back then. Think about it.
A bunch of lazy cowardly loser ass fucks sitting around. A bunch of loser fucks sitting around playing around with people, making people follow people. I wish I could smash my foot through their fucking face. You got the right to sit there and humiliate me in front of the whole world. Well, I got the right. Motherfucker, I'll be worse than the Iceman.
Yeah, because a lot of people really aren't getting even with these people.
Yeah, they're not. I'll be worse than the Iceman. The Iceman will look like Dennis the Menace when I get through with them.
They really, you're right. I mean, they really think they're something.
Yeah. They'll think a reptilian. They'll think an ancient reptilian. When I get through with them, they'll think one of the reptilian extraterrestrials got a hold of them or something.
Yeah, right.
That pisses me off though. How people can just sit. These people sit there and do this to people and think they got the authority to do it, and it's not even legal.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah, ain't that the truth?
Right.
My phone's almost dead. Hold on. Yeah, for real.
I wish we can get one. I wish we can find one of these people, and say how are you able to do all this, and why did you do this? You think you can keep doing this stuff to people? I'd smash a goddamn bottle through their face. I wouldn't even feel bad about it. Huh?
I'm telling the dog to move.
I burn them. I burn them alive. I take them somewhere and burn them alive.
We have to. It's so big. Look how big it is, right? Like over a million people are on watch this. Think about how big that is. Think about how big that is. Think, really. So, this is so big that we have to use the word of God and fight back in the supernatural spiritual world, because it's so big. Do you see what I'm saying?
What I want to do, I want to take one of these people over to the take one of these little middle class white fucks that did this to me, and take them over and drop them off in the project somewhere. Go take all make them take all their clothes off and make them get naked, and go drop them off in the projects in Detroit somewhere, and leave them there.
But it says in the Word of God that if you follow His precepts and you're doing the right thing, that He sends. If you go to Exodus 23:20, and it says they send an angel, and that the angel is so big and so capable, and that your enemies become his enemies, and so he will take care of your enemies. So you got to realize he will take care of your enemies. I've seen it happen. So we don't know how he's going to do it, but you know, God's got to take care of these enemies. It's so bad. It's so big. It's so vast. You know, 1,000,006 people are on the watch list. And what about stuff past that we don't know?
I hope you know what I hope? You know what I hope? I hope all the mob guys in Sicily, I hope they all find out how crooked the Muskegon County Courthouse is, and I hope all the mob guys in Sicily get together and extort Muskegon County. I hope all the mob guys in Sicily get together and they sit there talking about, yeah, you know, we know what you did, we got it all on record, and we want $100,000 every week for the rest of your lives. Every week we need 100,000, or we're gonna put out documentaries about everything that happened. We know what you did to Jameel, and we know about everything. And if you don't give us $100,000 a week, we're gonna put everything out all over the internet, millions of views, and you're all going to prison. So we want 100,000 a week. That's what I hope. I hope the mob gets together and just extorts all of them. And it said, if we don't get our money, we're coming for you. I hope a bunch of big mob guys in Rome and Sicily get together and say, we know what you did, and we know you broke the law and all that stuff. We want $100,000 a week, forever.
I don't know. That seems really far-fetched, doesn't it?
I don't know. If people can run around and lie, all that police corruption and government corruption. That's a lot of police. There's a lot of police corruption and government corruption involved in this stuff.
I had, like, in writing, I can go, when I go to the courthouse, I can get the booking record that I wasn't arrested, and I can go with that police report and show, right with the police report, the fire department saying that they were never called out that day, so there was no arson. And then I can also get the booking record that shows that I was not arrested, right? I think I have it. I'm not sure if I got it when I was up there. Okay, so I can literally stand out in the street, downtown right here, all the businesses are out here. I could show people that the police department, or stand outside a town hall right across the street here, and stand there and show people, look at what they don't have to do anything about this. Doesn't that seem pretty outrageous?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can see it in 2 seconds. You can see that it's an obvious false report.
Right.
Even the document that was presented, in fact, when I'm up at the courthouse, I'll get that to you. I'm not sure I have that. The judge, the request for the rehearing, the court paper, showing that it was court paper. It wasn't a personal document. The whole thing is a lie. So I can literally show people right there in 10 seconds what's going on.
Right. Yeah.
To show how corrupt they are. And they don't have to fix that report. then turn around and say, we don't have to fix this report? What do you think of that?
They're corrupt.
But you can show it in 10 seconds. You can look at it. People could look at it and say, okay, so what's wrong with this picture that they don't have to correct this problem? Right?
Right. They're criminals.
So what do you think of me doing something like that? Like, or would it be best to send it to the mayor?
What are you gonna tell them?
I already told the mayor. I already wrote the mayor. I emailed the mayor saying there's a false police report that they're not correcting. So he sent it back over to the county commissioner that had already been in his lap. It's already been in his lap twice. And he didn't do anything. It's not corrected. So what would be the best place to present this to? The public? Or to the mayor? These documents? Staple them together and leave it for him? What do I do? What will be the best way? Go to the Attorney General and leave them a copy with a letter stating I've been told this happened over a year ago and I've been told that they don't have to correct this problem?
Right.
It's obvious. And what corruption is there that you would file such a false police report?
Right.
What do you think of that?
Oh, I think they're all in it. I think it's the Freemasons doing it to you, and they're operating through the court system, trying to keep. I don't think there's really much you can say.
Yeah. Well, that's why I got to do a lot of praying, because God will take care of stuff. I've seen him do it before. He knows what to do. We don't, but he does.
Mm-hmm.
I have to put my faith in the Almighty. I don't have a choice, do I?
What you never got a response?
No, I got no response. No. Nope. No, he said he was taking care of it and it never gets done. Yeah, I'm taking care of it, he said to me on the phone. And then he got off the phone quick. Because he don't want to deal with me. Because they know what's going on. They don't want to deal with me. So, maybe I have to make them deal with me. Maybe I need to stand outside the police department with a big sign.
Right.
I mean, what's going to do it, Jamal? What's going to do it? You don't know me. I'm that kind of person. I would do that. No problem. Really. But I'm thinking of what am I going to accomplish in doing that,
I think that town's scared of you.
Why?
I don't know the stuff that you talk about the corruption in the police department and stuff. They don't want. I think they're scared that stuff's gonna get out.
What? That they had a couple of pedophiles and they swept it under the carpet?
Yeah, stuff like that. Hello?
Yeah, I'm thinking. I mean, I've said stuff, but they piss me off. When you break in my house and you take my stuff, you have no business being in here, and you do it 8 times. I was a little pissed, I mean, what do you expect?
They're corrupt. That corruption down there is like the corruption up here.
Yeah.
I don't get
Yeah.
it. Like, what the fuck do these people want from you? That's the craziest part about this stuff. What do they want from the? Who are these people following people around? And what the fuck do they want?
Well, from what I see, they obviously are getting maybe money or something out of it, because they're so eager to, you go out at night with the dog, and out comes running this lady with her walker, and, she's, like, obviously walking in my path for some reason. That would be either so she could say she heard me, or she watched me, or she harassed me, or whatever.
Right.
What would you think? You know what I mean?
It's just insane.
Yeah, and then I gotta whip out my camera because it starts getting weird. You know what I mean? I gotta carry a camera with me because it gets weird. You know what I mean? Nobody would believe half of this crap. You know? But it's really ridiculous. But obviously, she's getting something out of it. I've seen her looking in my window. She acts very odd, going and getting her friend, and they like they know something that nobody else does. Like, okay, yeah, whatever. So I don't, how do I say? I don't want to put too much attention on it. I'd rather go about my business and get out of my way, but they destroy your whole life. And it doesn't matter how good you are at your profession, or because I did very well at my professions, and all of that. So it's that they don't leave you alone. They just keep at you, and they get you to lose your jobs, and they just keep on, and they don't stop. And so after a while, you don't even bother to try anymore, because they don't stop. And, it's not worth, I'm all busted up now. My back is all busted up. I caught a 400-pound man falling down the driveway. I was trying to take care of them. And then his wife's Hoyer lift. He thought he could fix his wife's Hoyer lift. And he ended up, I went to get her. I had to catch a 200-something pound woman. I was only like 130 pounds at the time. And I had to catch her before she could hit the floor. So, how much of that crap can you take? The body can only take so much. And I got hit by a car, I got hit again. I got hit 10 times. The body just doesn't, it starts to, I can't do anything anymore, As soon as I try to start, like I went over to Calais to try to paint the kitchen cabinets. I used to do cabinets really good, and I started doing it. I couldn't finish doing them. I was like, I had to go to bed for 3 days. I was like, I can't do this shit no more. Tried to paint the kitchen, couldn't do it. I'd stop. And it's like, oh, I can't do this, man. I'm too busted up. So after a while, you just you give up. You don't bother really trying after a while. So that's what they intend on doing to everyone. And so then people end up going down. So. And for me, like that, I was like the last one to go down. I'd be the last person to go down, because I fight and try no matter how. With one toe, I'll be fighting. You know what I mean? So I can't imagine. Like Robin called, and she was like really upset, and she says, I can't work today. I had to leave. She says, I haven't had enough sleep. They're torturing me, and I have to leave. But see, the thing that's getting me with Robin is, first, I told her, she said she goes to drive-through constantly, her and her kids. And they go to drive-through every freaking meal, is that they're at the drive-through. Well, first of all, it's over-expensive. Second of all, it's a lot of waste of time. And I keep trying to tell her, why don't you just put a freezer in your house? a big giant freezer and go to the grocery store and load it up, and the kids could throw burritos in the microwave, and or even go to the farm stand and cut up all the vegetables once a week and eat that way. It makes no sense. And so I said, well, you can come here. My church gives out, the church here gives out a big box of food on Thursday, and that would help her with her 2 kids, And she's going to come and everything. I said, I'll give you my food. And she's like, oh, well, I don't have the money for gas now. And I'm like, okay, And then she came to my house, and she opens up the kitchen cabinet, because I was doing her hair. She opens up my kitchen cabinet, looks at it, she goes, I don't know why I do this with people. And I'm like, yeah, it's really odd. You walk in and you open the kitchen cabinet and you're looking at my closets, And she's like, well, you have a lot of food. And I'm like, so she knows that I do a little bit of food storage. I do a little food storage. Which, actually, I've been using it up with the hurricanes, But, she's like, well, can you give me some of this food? And I'm like, you're working and I'm not. What the hell, right? Like, isn't that messed up? So she keeps saying she needs food. She needs food. Like, I don't know. It's some weird.
Right.
Like, you talk to her and she's in the drive-thru at 11 o'clock at night, for her son or whatever. And she's like, oh, he's just used to it. I'm like, really? Well, keep going through Chick-fil-A and you're going to be broke real fast, So. There's another hurricane thing coming. Oh, no, it's not. Look, I don't mean no harm to nobody, Jamal. I don't want to start no trouble with these people here. I really don't. But apparently, they've been messing with me, and it's through the sheriff's office. I mean, that's very apparent. So, they got caught. Like, pretty obviously caught. The whole bunch of them. So, what's going on? Like, who started this crap? And to me, the only thing I can think of is it seems like it's the Mormons, which would be the Masons. And when I talked to my lawyer friend, and he knows of another woman who's going through the same stuff, and she's homeless. She's in the park over there at Winter Haven. And he said that they harass her everywhere she goes, and he's seen it. And he said that she did her study, and it's the Masons.
It is. It's people involved. There's definitely Freemasons involved in it. Like I was explaining, the people in the government are part of all these different fraternal organizations. And so that's why, like somebody's sitting there saying that they're being harassed and they're being stalked by a group, and these people end up going into the police department. Then the police department's already involved with it because it's the Freemasons running the police department. And so people don't get any help. Like people tell the police, I'm being stalked by a group of people, and they live in my neighborhood's neighborhood watch group. Well, the Freemasons in the police department are allowing them to do it.
Right. Yeah. Yep, right. And I hate to be the one to say this, but, I'm the kind of person I would get something done. And here's what I think. I think that everybody needs to get their, all the police reports that they can from these guys and show that they just don't help certain people, but they'll help other people in the community. Like what's up, Like I have a lot of proof. I'm just saying, I have a lot of proof. And it proves that some people are being selected out. And the police department don't help those people, and those people are being being targeted by it all. Yeah.
Right.
So, if everybody did that, that's being, basically stalked and harassed in all of this, if they got all their things together and they all got together and got all their police reports together and they all got all of their stuff together, they could really get somewhere.
Right.
All they got to do is organize. They got to organize. If they got 1,000,006 people that are on a terrorist watch list, and you break it down all the way down, if these people come forward, can you imagine? Just a trinket of them, Jamal. Just a trinket of them. Can you imagine? This would be busted wide open. We already got one president in court now, one president's case. Now it's time to organize and get everything together. What's that music?
It was a phone. It's a phone that was going off.
Your phone's going off?
Yeah, not this phone, another phone.
Wow.
Yeah. But I don't know where the fuck. The main thing is, where's all the money coming from to do all this?
Massive amounts of money, isn't it? But you got to understand, like I said, they're building a multi-billion-dollar system in all of this, so they can lay out amounts of money to do so. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's all going to be an AI system, and it involves facial recognition. It involves threat assessment, brain algorithms, iris scan, psychological, criminal, pre-crime is what it's all about. So this is a whole big system. And, whoever comes up with that software the best, they're going to be beyond rich.
Right. Right.
So, they got a lot going on, believe me.
I'm so angry, about so many different things. Like, I look at the people who've been harassing me and I look at their faces and it makes me so angry that these people are a bunch of white hillbillies that live in a small town in Michigan, humiliated me like that, and hired a bunch of Italian, Sicilian-looking people from wherever they were from, to sit there and pretend like they were my. I'm hiding inside my mother's house for a month, thinking the goddamn Gambino crime family is trying to kill me in the neighborhood, and it's all over. You know what I'm saying? I'm so fucking angry. I'm so angry about that. How some white hillbilly trash in a small town can get away with that just because it's a Freemason. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
That
because
you're
is all white trash. What do you think all this is? These are all losers here.
Because you're a Freemason, you can follow people around with lights and lie and scare people and make stuff up and frame people for.
Are they Freemasons, or are the Freemasons getting these losers to do this?
It's Freemasons getting them to do it.
Yeah, getting the losers who've never been anything or done anything with their lives. They're nothing but losers. Really? How many of them ever done anything in their lives? Really? They're all losers. So they think that, they got something on somebody. They think that they're all that now because some Freemason cop who got a badge and thinks, some friggin' fake FBI guy is telling them a bunch of bullshit about somebody, and they're thinking they're doing the justice, the right thing.
Right.
And meanwhile, they're too stupid to catch on to what's going on. They're being used.
Right.
They're way too stupid to get it.
Right.
Way
I
out there.
I don't I was always like when I remember when I was 19 years old, I went to the state penitentiary, right?
Yeah.
And some guy who knew my friend's father was in there with me, and he was kind of like looking after me. You know what I mean, to make sure nothing happened to me, and he was explaining to me he had been in and out of prison his whole life, and he was explaining to me about the prison system, and he was saying, you know, you don't ever get involved with any, if something does not concern you, you don't ever get involved with it. You don't ever get involved with anything that doesn't concern you. And these are career criminals in prison, professional criminals that have been in our prison their whole life. And I remember that. That's the first thing he said is you don't ever get involved with anything that does not concern you. If it doesn't concern you, don't get involved with it. And
that's the way it is in New York. New York is like that.
right, and that's how I look at what these people are doing. Why are all these people following people around concerned with something that has nothing? What are these people? Why are these people concerned with me for? I'm not involved with any of these people's lives. Why are they involved with my life? You know what I mean?
Because they have been given permission to do that, and they've been told a wild story. And so they've taken that wild story, and it's become a huge, big story. And so they've been, targeting those people and their whole entire lives as if they are like some massive criminal, some strange stories, and that's what I'm saying,
Right. Right.
So you can imagine the stories that they've been told.
Right.
It's nothing to twist the truth. It's nothing to take pictures of somebody and say that this is what it is.
Right.
It's nothing to, these people don't know that they're building a whole criminal record, psychological record, a bunch of lies on these people. That's what they're doing. Why would you think the police officer wrote that false report? Why do you think he did that? He did that so that he can go around the community, and they can go around the community and add it to the last one and say, look, this person is a violent, crazy, deranged person that needs to be watched, and they're dangerous. And that's why they're running around. Look at their faces. Observe them carefully. Watch their behavior.
Right.
They look at each other like we know something that they don't. And it's like, okay, yeah, you fool. So you've got to understand that this looks real good to these people. They got mug shots. They got people telling stories. They got pictures. They got, you got to understand these people don't know what's really going on. How many people know that 1.6 million people are on an American terrorist watch list? How many people do you think know that? And why? Why would that be?
I think they got everybody on a terrorist watch list. Because the people in the government are so corrupt, they're afraid. They're afraid that that people are going to start talking about what they've been doing.
Yeah, the truth is coming out. The truth is coming out about them. That they got drug running, gun running, human trafficking, child pedophilia on a mass scale. And
Right.
they're so damn corrupt and they're so out of control that people are like, what the hell's going on? But they're trying to keep that on the down low, and anybody that knows anything is being discredited in case they do say something. It's that simple.
Right. Right. I can't believe the nerve that these people got. Did you ever see that guy in Pennsylvania? Attorney General Shapiro? Yeah, I like Attorney General Shapiro. He he was persecuting a child molester in Norton Shores, a Catholic priest who was having sex with little boys back in the 80s. He wasn't on a watch list though. He was a Catholic priest who had sex with children, but the Norton Shores Police Department weren't following him or watching him, and the Freemasons weren't following him and watching him. Nobody even knew he was there, but he had sex with children. And Attorney General Shapiro in Pennsylvania put it on blast and let everybody know that he was having sex with children. And they're investigating. Attorney General Shapiro's looking into all the child molestation cases of the Catholic Church. Yeah. And you know, like those child molesters, they have sex with little children and then sit there talking about, you know, they had one guy who was a child molester. I heard him in an interview on the internet, and his mentality, he was like, well, they're going to grow up to be sluts anyway. Oh my God. Isn't that terrible? Oh my God. It was a child molester who was having sex with children, and he was up there talking about how the children were going to grow up to be sluts anyway. And no one's watching these people. Matter of fact, there's people with criminal sexual conduct charges who follow me around. I don't want somebody who sucks little boys' dicks following me around. Yeah. Right. If you're a Freemason, you can suck little boys' dicks and follow people around. No one even knows who you are. But if you're an internet researcher who exposes corruption, you get framed and get drugs put in your food, and white hillbilly trash can sit there and hire, you know, Italian restaurant owners to mimic the mob and all this stuff. Craziest damn thing I've ever heard of.
That you know, they infiltrate.
Right.
They infiltrate.
Then they go around and try to get everybody involved. They want everybody to be involved with them so they can feel comfortable. You know, not everybody wants to be involved with child molesters. Shit, I'm 30-something years old. If I want to do research and do interviews and stuff, that's my business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm 30-something years old. If I want to research Jim Jones and the People's Temple and do interviews, that's my business. I'm not hurting anybody.
Yeah.
If I want to do research on Charles Manson and do research on whatever, and I'm not bothering anybody. I can do as much research as I want to. I'm not doing anything illegal. The people who followed me around and framed me for a crime I didn't commit did something illegal. If I want to sit in my house and do research, that's my business. Nobody has a right to follow me around and play around with me.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Like it's against the law for me to do research. I can sit on YouTube for the rest of my life doing interviews. That's my business.
Yeah. I mean, you read the file, the Phoenix file, the FBI Phoenix file. The FBI Phoenix files, look at the wording. People who look at alternative media, people who do, what do they call it? God, I just lost my thought. People that do, conspiracy theories, look at conspiracy theories. They are to be watched because there have been gunmen that just let out and started shooting, and they were conspiracy theorists. And on their paper and their documents, that's what it says on the FBI Phoenix file. And that's why they were put on terrorist watch lists, because they're dangerous to society, basically.
Right.
So that's where we're at with that. That's what's going on.
Right.
Ow! So, what's the answer, Jamal? That's the question.
I don't know. I want some names. I want some names and some pictures of the people who are doing this. I already know who some of them are. I already got some of their names and pictures, but I want some names and pictures of the people who got the authority to do all this. You know, I want to know who has the authority to follow people around and scare people and lie.
Okay, so should I get I have all my videos. I got to get a picture of, can I go to the police department and ask for a picture of Officer Solstry, who wrote this false report?
I would. I'd put it all over YouTube.
So I got to get his picture. I can pull it up on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is why I used to sit there with my camera on the table and let it go when I was sitting in the dining room, because I never knew when Miss Nunez would come in the back door yelling her head off that my dog had mange, or file a report that
I want to know why that Dennis Wagner guy who lives in Norton Shores, he's a Catholic priest. I want to know why he was sucking little boys' dicks and the Norton Shores Police Department nobody was following him around. He was having sex with children, but nobody was watching him or following him. But I sit there in the privacy of my home doing interviews, and my neighbors have to use their daughters to do sexual street theater and bend over and all this shit all over the goddamn, all over Lauren Drive.